Belgium and France facing off in the UEFA Nations League.
Mm.
And let me tell you, we are not messing around with this preview.
Oh, absolutely not.
This is a big one.
This is Belgium, France, neighbors,
rivals.
a history on the pitch.
More heated than a bowl of French onion soup. You know.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that 2018 World Cup semifinal.
Oh, electric. France barely squeaked by. Nail biter.
And then 2021 Nations League semifinal.
Who snatched victory from Belgium's grasp?
Don't tell me.
France. Again.
So we're not just predicting a winner here. Okay, we're going deep.
Deep.
On the tactics, the X factors, why does the who win matter?
And to guide us, to be our tactical Sherpas, if you will, we're going to Tips Moto.
Okay.
And they've done something really cool this time. They've actually combined, get this, expert analysis with, wait for it, a supercomputer.
No way.
To break down this match.
They brought in the big guns.
Supercomputer, I know, right?
All right. So let's jump into it, huh?
Let's do it. Belgium. Recent 2-2 draw against Italy. Wild match.
Wow.
Any clues here? Any takeaways?
It's interesting, right? Because a draw against Italy, not the worst.
Right.
For a team like Belgium, though, highlights this unpredictable, streak they've been on.
Right.
Tips Moto actually said Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh.
Which, kind of feels accurate.
And then, I think we have to address the elephant in the room. Lukaku, De Bruyne, Courtois, all out.
Yeah.
Big shoes to fill.
Massive. I mean, Lukaku, the goal scoring. Legendary. De Bruyne, the creativity.
Unmatched.
These aren't just gaps in the lineup. These are craters.
Yeah.
But, and this is what's so fascinating, craters create opportunity for someone else to step up.
Right. So with De Bruyne out, who's stepping up, Tielemans maybe to anchor the midfield. But then Tixmodo mentioned, Trossard, Openda, Doku, this younger generation. Are we going to see some breakout stars?
Remember how Belgium clawed their way back against Italy? 2-0 down. Trossard. De Keyler. Heroes.
Yeah.
So this could be Tedesco's, his chance. Unleash the young guns. See what they can do against, let's be honest, a powerhouse.
Yeah. Speaking of powerhouses, France. They steamrolled Israel 4-1. Dominant doesn't even cut it.
No.
It's like they weren't even trying.
They're the reigning champs, right? But even champions have weaknesses.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
France, missing some key pieces too. Mbappe, out. Griezmann, shocked the world, international retirement.
I know.
Conte, out. Rabiot, out.
It's like they both decided to play, who can field the most unexpected lineup.
Right. But even without the big names, France, they've got a deep bench.
They do. And this is where it gets interesting. Tips Moto, they're talking about rising stars, Barcola, Guendouzi.
Yeah.
Are they ready for this level against a, let's say, highly motivated Belgium?
Oh, that's the million-euro question, right? Million-euro question.
Mm-hmm.
This is a trial by fire. Do they crumble or do they rise to the occasion and prove we are the real deal?
All right. Enough with the speculation.
Yeah.
Tips Moto, hit us with it. What's the prediction?
Okay, so they've crunched the numbers, factored in the missing players, and the supercomputer is giving the edge to France.
Okay.
45% chance of winning.
Okay, so a win.
But they're predicting a tight one.
Okay.
2-1, something like that.
2-1 France. So France by a hair, potentially, but not a blowout by any means. What's the logic there?
Well, a couple things. One, you got to think psychologically, France has got to have an edge, right? They've beaten Belgium a couple times recently. Those wins, that does something to a team's, mindset, exactly. But, and this is big, Belgium home turf advantage.
That's true.
Brussels.
Yeah.
Those fans are going to be wild. Could be the push they need.
And let's not forget, we've got major players out on both sides, throws everything up in the air a little bit, makes you wonder, is this anyone's game? But beyond just who wins, what else did Tips Moto pull out of this?
Yeah. So this is really interesting. They're predicting both teams to score. BTTS, if you're into that sort of thing.
Right.
And likely over 2.5 goals total.
Okay. So high scoring, potentially. We're talking players to watch. Specifically, who should we be glued to?
Well, if you're looking at first goal scorer, Tips Moto likes Kolo Muani.
Muani.
For France, Belgium. Keep an eye on Trossard. Leandro Trossard. Anytime goal scorer, they like him. He's been hot lately.
Muani, Trossard, got it. But let's go a little deeper here. What about the coaches? Any word on tactical surprises?
Yeah.
Something they could pull out?
See, now that's where I think it gets really fascinating. With Lukaku out, you have to think Belgium, they might go for a more like fluid attack, right?
It's okay.
Utilize that speed, that creativity of those younger players we were talking about. France, even without Conte, I'm thinking they're going to try to control the midfield, dictate the pace.
Oh, so it's a real clash of styles potentially developing here.
Oh, yeah.
Any, like, head-to-head matchups we got to watch for.
Oh, for sure. The midfield battle, it's going to be huge.
Okay.
You've got Tielemans for Belgium trying to hold it down, probably going up against Guendouzi.
Yeah.
Young star. That, my friend, is a duel you don't want to miss.
If Guendouzi wins that, France controls the whole, like, the flow of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if Tielemans steps up, could we see Belgium exploit those wings? Like, hit him on the counter.
Absolutely. And that's what makes it so compelling. I mean, this is more than just a game.
So it's more than a game. What is it?
It's styles clashing. It's new talent, getting tested. It's national pride. These two, they've got a rivalry. You know what I mean?
And you know what? Even with all this talk about data and predictions and supercomputers, it's still football.
Right.
Anything can happen.
That's what's so great about it. Sometimes the team that on paper shouldn't win, they find a way. The grit, the determination, you can't quantify that.
So true.
And with all these missing pieces, I mean, who knows? This could be an upset in the making.
So for our listeners out there, getting ready for this match, what does it all mean? If they want to be like the most insightful fan at the watch party.
Here's the thing. Don't go betting the farm on any one outcome, okay? This is a toss-up. Yeah, France has the history, maybe a slight edge statistically, but Belgium, home crowd, something to prove, I wouldn't count them out.
It's like they say, form is temporary, class is
Permanent.
Permanent. There it is. And Belgium, even without some big names, they've got class. This isn't just about tactics on a chalkboard anymore, is it? It's national pride. These guys are going to leave it all out there.
That's what makes it must-watch. Does France cement that dominance? Or does Belgium, rise from the ashes? Come on. It writes itself, the story.
The tension is real. But no matter who wins, I think we can all agree we're in for a good one. The tactics, the individual brilliance, some edge-of-your-seat action,
Well,
hopefully.
a couple of surprises, right?
Of course.
Huh?
That's the beauty of it. You never know. Speaking of surprises, before we let you go, are there any, like, under-the-radar narratives we should be tracking? Anything Tips Moto missed that could steal the show? Give us those deep cuts, those hidden narratives. What could really, like, blow this match wide open?
Well, Tips Moto, they're all about the players.
Yeah.
But me, I'm fascinated by the coaches.
Yeah.
Tedesco, Belgium, Deschamps, France. Two, brilliant tactical minds.
Yeah.
Don't just watch the players, watch the benches, the substitutions, the formations, those little tweaks, That's where the match is won and lost.
It's like a whole other game happening.
Right.
On the sidelines, trying to outsmart each other. It's chess at like 100 miles an hour.
Exactly. And you out there, dear listener, you're not just watching a match.
Yeah.
It's generations clashing, tactics, artistry. It's a story unfolding right before your eyes.
And who knows? Maybe one of these young guys we've been hyping up, they become the hero.
Wouldn't that be something?
That's football. You just never know. Well, that about wraps it up for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Be sure to tune in next time for another tactical breakdown, another deep dive into the beautiful game.